We're in Boston. One game down. Next one on CBS. The Triplets and the Killer 3's here from TD Garden. Triplets 4-1. And right now, Tyler Power atop the standings in the Big Three. And going back with Avery Johnson. Hey, one day we're going to say we were there when Hezegod scored 35. A Big Three record did it in game number 1.
Hezegod was unbelievable. He started off so hot. It seems like they were confused defensively on how to defend Hezegod. And man, he made the defense pay. And I'm glad we were here to see it, Ed.
As for this one coming up, Killer 3's trying to bounce back here today, and if they're to do so, going to need a big performance from this guy, Dante Green.
Yeah, Dante Green, who's coming off 20.7 rebounds in his last game. You know, he does it all for this team. He defensive end, loose balls. He can knock down a three-point shot. He's got the size. He can guard anybody in the Big Three.
On the other side, ISO Joe for the Triplets.
Joe has just been sensational his entire career, but in the Big Three, he's been the gold standard. His ISO game, post-up game, love to create separation. We know he can knock down the three-point shot, and he's just a pro's pro.
Let's go back in the day. Young man out of Arkansas, Joe Johnson, began his career with the Celtics, scored over 20,000 points.
Who is this guy?
Guy won a ring. Look at that.
Who is that?
Looks great on the white Mamba. Both guys back in Boston. Brian Scalabrine with us. ISO Joe in the huddle. Scal's going to rip him away and say, get over here, over to Scal.
Lisa Leslie draws an incredible plays. Joe, what's it like being back in Boston?
Man, it's great. My career started here, and it actually kind of ended here too. So it's a special place. I enjoy coming back every time. The fans always show me a lot of love and support, so I appreciate it.
Including that time when you got called up, they were going crazy for you, hit that jumper. It's just, well, you guys right now 4-1. You know, you feel like you got your footing under you for being a championship level team?
Yeah, I mean, we still got a lot of work to do though. This is a great team, the Killer 3, so we got to come out and take care of business. Don't take no teams lightly. Right now, you know, we're in first place. We want to continue to keep it that way.
All right, good luck today, Joe. See ya.
Joe Johnson scoring over 19 per game. Rosters brought to you by Pansy Bank. And Jeremy Pargo, scoring 18 a game with the Triplets.
Yeah, Joe Johnson and Pargo, they're only two guys in the Big Three that are averaging 18 or more points as teammates. And Joe Johnson definitely needs some help. I had a chance to talk to him before the game. And I said, well, what's the key to today's game? He said, look, we cannot get behind like we did against the Aliens last week, where we had to outscore the Aliens 31-12 in the second half to win that game. That won't work against the Killer 3.
Best defensive team, Killer 3's in the Big Three. Right in session. Dancing with it. Josh Powell. Good from 2. So for Killer 3's in white, you have Powell, Green in session against Jeremy Pargo, Johnson, and Larry Sanders.
And both of these teams are similar in the way that their big guys are not three-point shooters. Powell's more of a mid-range guy. Sanders is more of a lob guy. Neither really has a post-up game, so you got to play to the strengths of your team.
Nice smooth session gliding to the rim. Look at the rules in the Big Three. First 50 wins. No game clock. Shot clock is 14. And with Pargo, always need to defend 4-point circles. He's made 4 of them so far this year. Joe Johnson glides and scores.
Yeah, Pargo, he got fouled on one last week, remember? And made it. So he's got that range. Joe Johnson has it. The Killer 3's, you know, this starting lineup outside of Green, collectively, they're not a great three-point shooting team.
How about that switch, but Session off the mark.
But Sessions is dangerous driving off the basket. This is a mismatch right here.
Joe one-legged. Taps down, Pargo, re-entry. Joe reverses, scores.
And let me tell you something, Larry Sanders, you talking about a tale of two halves. Last week, he was unbelievable in the second half. when he came alive defensively, it took his team to the next level, and that's why they had that amazing comeback against the Aliens.
Session with the nice stroke. He's not known as a three-point shooter. Killer 3's good start, up 7-4. Pargo wants a screen, fakes, slips it. Becker missed before the shot, foul on the floor here on the Killer 3's.
But see, this is just some solid, accurate, on-time, on-target passing by the Triplets, knowing who's open, hitting the open man, not even overthinking it.
Just get it to number one, any way, shape, or form. Backdoor, ball kicked. Avery, let's go back to the standings. Here in week 6, you have 3 teams now with 4 wins, but Triplets, they won their last 4 games.
Yeah, the Triplets want to continue to excel and ascend.
That last shot was from 4. High-low, Sanders denied by Green. To the shoot, Johnson, too much.
That's what we're talking about, Green in the pregame.
Oh, the chance at 3.
What an amazing recovery by Green to come down and that's basically playing 2 guys at the same time. He's defending his man, but he knows that Sessions is in trouble. Fantastic block from behind, but an even better drive by Pargo on the offensive end.
He's in his 2nd year with the Triplets, Jeremy Pargo. His brother Gennaro with him as well. And we're tied up at 7.
Yeah, unlike game 1, we got a highly contested game to start.
Love Dante Green. When he wants to take over, he's got that look.
He's one of the few guys, I'll say, in the big 3, necessarily stop Joe Johnson, but that can make it a little bit difficult.
Nice move off the spin by Pargo.
You look at Dante Green's body, you know, about the same size, probably weigh a few pounds more, but can knock down the 3. He's got a decent post game.
Here he is on glass, missed it, but a foul on the shot against Sanders. Avery Green, 6'11", all-star last year in the Big 3. Lisa Leslie just in time. She's going to bring a fire. Green against Sanders. Time for Taco Bell. Bring the fire. If Green scores or is fouled, give him the basket. Sanders gets a stop. No basket. Wave off the foul.
And here, when you're on the offensive end with Bring the Fire, you want to try to go to your best move, score the ball, or get fouled. Because if you get fouled, you get an automatic 2.
Here we go. Green drives it, fades away, hits. Yes, sir.
That is picture perfect, fundamentally sound on how you attack when it's Bring the Fire. Get downhill, create separation, fade away, bucket.
Yeah, we're away, 3-10. It was 12 points, so we had to go. 3 minutes back. All right, coming back with Microsoft. 35 coming back.
3's by 3 against the Triplets, 12-9 in Boston. Each week, fans can help select the Microsoft Big 3 Player of the Week. You can go online to big3.com or Big 3 social media accounts to vote. We'll reveal the results from Week 6 Saturday. I think we should just do it tomorrow because it's going to take a miracle performance to throw Hessigod off that list.
Yeah, I think even if I cast my vote right now, I'll be in good shape if I vote for Hessigod right now.
No doing beats Truman. Done. Show. Keep this short. 35 for Ryan Carter in Game 1 for Trilogy. Session ball. That's it.
And it's always interesting to see Coach Charles Oakley when Frank Sessions attempt those threes because we know he's a driver.
Yep.
And sometimes Oakley's saying, oh, no, yes.
He's got 8 now. Mario Moon at the elbow. Got it for the Triplets.
But just like Hessigod in Game 1, Frank Sessions may not be the biggest player on the court, but man, this guy plays hard. He's relentless. And the defense, spacing, you can see the space. Joe Johnson played him the right way. Now, if he hits 2 or 3 of those, you will start to have to inching a little bit further, closer to him, closing out, closing the distance. But right now, I think they'll try to bait Franklin Sessions in attempting 3-point shots.
Dominic Johnson and Garden Johnson. And Joe Johnson scores. So for the killer 3's, Session, Johnson, Javier Carter against Moon, Johnson, Pargo for the Triplets. 2-point shot, good. That's Dominic Johnson.
And basically what happens is you come into a game with a scouting report,
yeah,
but then you have an adjustment to your scouting report during the game in case things start to unravel.
Pargo is going away from the basket.
I think Oakley's going to bring the fire here.
He almost broke the button when I pressed it so hard. Time for the Taco Bell bring the fire back to the bell.
You got to remind Oakley, he hit the bring the fire button twice. You know, this guy can lift the entire weight room. Can't break the device. We want it functioning all day. After this game, we have 4 more games today.
Oh yeah. Just getting started at TD Garden. Pargo against Johnson. 1-on-1. Jeremy Pargo ducks, denied but fouled. So Pargo will get the credit for the basket and 2 points for the Triplets.
Yeah, I wonder in the future if Ice Cube is going to make a decision in situations like this on a foul. Maybe give the guy another opportunity.
I like it.
Yeah, you never know. You're always open for ideas.
You are very progressive with Big 3 rules. Session hesitates. Runner is missed, but he's fouled hard. He's going to shoot 1 for 2.
Maybe if you foul the first time, the second time, if you foul again instead of 2 points toward the offensive team with 3 points.
You know, what I love about Bring the Fire, and as a coach, you can relate to this, is it's not the foul itself. Like, it could be a complete tic-tac foul. It could be getting absolutely crushed. But whatever it is, you can challenge and bring the fire regardless of what happens. A matchup now wiping out the basket. Pargo. Oh, it's going the other way. I thought Session was trying to pull the chair on him.
Yeah, he tried to pull the chair, but again, good call by the official.
Stephanie Barksdale.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to Stephanie before the game. Obviously referees games in collegiate, WNBA. She's a rising star as an official.
Another 3. That's his 3rd. Give him space, make your shots, dangerous. Jeff Johnson. Johnson now with just 6 points. Moon knocked away.
And boy, those interior passes, when you can get a deflection, it often leads to a nice look, but that's not a good shot. In that situation, then Coach Oakley wanted Sessions to drive.
Moon made the cut. Pargo too much with the pass. And a turnover.
And man, in those situations, Moon, you want him to try to save the passer as much as he wants, but that pass was just unretrievable.
Nice cut, Carter, the catch. Tripped. Johnson. Good hands by Moon.
And that's why it's important just to know the rules. Joe Johnson knew he didn't have to take the ball back out and clear.
3 for the break. Session, big rebound and a finger roll. Jumped out of the gym.
Man, he looked like he was on a trampoline. Wow. I'd love to see a replay of that one. His head, what he was trying to impersonate Gerald Green?
I like that.
Or Jason Richardson?
Oh, yeah. Moon with the pull-up. I see Joe. Gets the baits.
Remember, Jamario Moon, had 9 points, 5 rebounds last week. He made some critical buckets for the Triplets, especially in that second half. This is the team when they like to go small.
Dominic Johnson in and out. Session with a rebound. Here he is for 3. Air ball. Joe Johnson scores. The danger in the big 3 is an air ball.
And those last 2 times, unfortunately for Sessions, he's 0 for 2 from the 3. And that's a bad thing to shoot an air ball from the 3-point line.
How about Joe Johnson with 12 in the last 6 for the Triplets? Carter doubles, knocked away. Johnson again. No. Batted up, tipped out. Joe Johnson.
Yes. Solid basketball. Last time I was coaching a month in 2012 with the Brooklyn Nets, I was coaching Joe Johnson.
There you go.
Don't ask me what happened after.
Oh, man.
It wasn't Joe Johnson, trust me.
Carter reverse, got it. We've hit the break in Boston. Killer 3's by 3 against the Triplets. At the break, Killer 3's with the lead in Boston. More to come after these messages and a word from your local station. Beautiful summer day in Boston, Massachusetts. At the break, Killer 3's by 3 against the Triplets. And coming up next, we'll go out to the course at TPC Twin Cities on final round coverage of the 3M Open. PGA Tour is here on CBS. Look at the leaderboard. Lee Hodges up 6 strokes early in that final round, Blaine, Minnesota. We're at TD Garden and going back with David Johnson, Brian Scalabrine with us as well. Great shooting half for Franklin Session of the Killer 3's.
Yeah, evenly matched teams here, but this is all about Franklin Sessions. You know, he had 12 rebounds in the last week. This guy is very explosive going to the basket. He knows how to finish with either hand. If he's knocking down a three-point shot, he's very dangerous. But when he's on the court, he's always got to be accounted for. He gets his teammates involved. Look at that offensive rebound for a guy his size. Man, incredible. Love watching Franklin Sessions go to work.
Flight school in session with that board. Session with 15, Joe Johnson with 14 for the Triplets. Back to Boston after this. All right, Coach, here we go. This is real. Will they do it? Oh, yes.
Wow, he looked like Franklin Sessions.
You did.
The way he's flying through the air.
All right, Triplets within 3 as we begin the second half. Triplets 4-1, one of 3 teams now with 4 wins. Killer 3's. In terms of the playoff picture and the standings, massive game right now here in Boston. Let's take a look at today's monster moment. The Hezzy God with the dish, Earl Clark with the stuff. Ryan Carter with 35 points, victory record, but that dime was pretty.
Yeah, and one thing about Hezzy God, man, this guy plays with a lot of fire. He said that teams counted him out, but he's back. And now Jaylen Brown walks in the house with $300 million in his pocket.
Enough said. Wow. Man of the hour. Only got good silence. The Hezzy God in Boston.
Yeah, the crowd gave him a standing ovation. You got to remember, this young man led the Celtics along with Jason Tatum a couple of NBA Eastern Conference Finals. They lost in the finals to Golden State. But this man, and he's a man of the community. Did you hear how he said he wants to donate a large portion of his contract to help, you know, minority businesses improve? And man, it's just so impactful, the impact that he's having on and off the court.
He's 26. Entering the prime years of his NBA career, Johnson Sanders with the alley-oop stuff early in this half. But again, it's great to see the stars in each market come out and watch the Big 3.
And he's very intentional on how he wants to contribute, not just on the court, but to society in the whole.
Joe Johnson corner tray. He scored 14 all on 2s. Johnson reverses the game. Here's another one. Triplets with the lead.
And that's another thing about Ice Cube mandates. I was listening to Ice Cube on a podcast this week. He's so brilliant in how he thinks about life and wanting to help those, especially those that are less fortunate, get an opportunity to get a seat at the table.
All about the community, using the reach. Here's Green for 4. Missed it. So for the Killer 3's, Green, Johnson, Powell against Joe, Sanders, and Fargo. Joe Johnson, Mr. Wide, missed the rim, bobbled. Have to clear it to space the floor.
Very interesting. Coach Oakley starts Franklin session.
going to wave it off. Did not clear the killer threes. But they didn't clear the lane. That's the ruling.
Yeah, Lisa Leslie was all over that one. See, watch right here. Powell didn't leave, even though he was getting grabbed by Sanders.
That's a great move by Sanders, right?
Great move by Sanders. That's an old Magic Johnson trick when he didn't want defenders to help on defense.
The clear out that was called earlier on Powell's been challenged by the killer threes. But Avery, I guess, unless you say Sanders fouled him, it's a hard call to overturn.
Yeah, but again, in that situation, I don't know if you can make this call based on Sanders fouling him.
Yep.
It's his responsibility to clear in that situation. Well, right now we're 1 for 1 on challenges, Ed.
Yes.
You remember the ball went off, has he gone? The ball went off his leg in the first game, in game 1, and we said that was the appropriate call.
One more look again, in big three, you've got to clear the ball beyond the three-point line, and no one can be in the paint. Got to clear as well before you re-enter with the ball.
Well, obviously this review has taken a lot longer.
You okay?
I'm okay.
Your patience
Very
tested
patient.
a little bit?
Very patient. You know, when you're in Boston, you have clam chowder on your mind. But that's not my guy.
Well, the ruling is unsuccessful.
Tri-State's ball. It's going to be Triplets ball.
And the Triplets will get it. Oak not buying it still. Triplets in red with Pargo, Sanders, Joe Johnson. It's Dominique Johnson, Josh Powell, and Dante Green. We'll find out pretty soon when they go back to session as well.
You know, Lisa Leslie, coming out of this timeout, that play, we're trying to run it to give Joe Johnson a shot off of a wide screen.
Argo missing. Dante Green with 5 points early.
How beautiful is this to have Coach Lisa Leslie and Coach Charles Oakley competing against each other?
Oh, yes.
Two legends in their own right.
20.
Nice little crossover here by Green. Nice job defensively. Sanders. He's a guy that can switch on multiple offensive players.
Nice cut. Johnson denied by Green. He's going to stay with the Triplets with 8 to shoot. Favorite Charles Oakley, 19 NBA seasons out of Virginia Union, like Ben Wallace. And on the other side, Lisa Leslie, Hall of Famer, twice WNBA champion, 4, count them, 4 Olympic gold medals.
Yeah, Coach Oakley, Charles Oakley, HBCU, Virginia Union.
All session, the swipe, the drive, the runner. No, but a foul. Yeah, one shot, 2.
Yeah, it broke up that dribble handoff with Larry Sanders. And Franklin Sessions is so fast and quick. A turnover above the three-point line, near the 4-point line, man, he can get to the basket within 2 or 3 dribbles.
First points for Session since the break. He's got 17 now. Went to Weber State for a year, played Damian Lillard in Ogden, Utah.
The acceleration and athleticism of Franklin Sessions is very impressive.
And miss the rim. Shot clock will stay at 2 for the Triplets while they reset it. Went to 14, but they may bump it back to 2.
Now this is a situation where Pargo loves to come off to this right corner and shoot a shot, or they'll get Joe Johnson coming up the middle of the floor.
Pargo fadeaway. Crossover, Session the kick, Powell, no jumper. Good!
Solid basketball, left to right crossover by Sessions. Powell, if you notice, he didn't back up behind the three-point line. He knows where his range is. It's called money shots.
6'9", Powell, 7 NBA seasons, 2 rings with the Lakers. Green, pull up for 3.
Nice box out by Pargo against the taller Josh Powell.
It took him for a ride. Pargo, in Session.
Pargo was telling Sessions, you better get in the weight room. Unfortunately, he was unsuccessful. But man, he had a point-blank shot right there.
I feel like you said that based on experience, Coach.
Yes. I was in the weight room. I had about, 5.4% body fat. I could lift 300 pounds.
There you go.
That was in the rearview mirror.
A couple of years ago. Here's Session against Gennaro Pargo. Ankle breaker. Scoop is good. Oh, school it is in session in Boston.
Yeah, we had an ankle breaker in the first game with Michael Beasley, and now we have another one involving Franklin Sessions. He said, I want to be a part of that ankle-breaking movie.
Mass General busy on this Sunday. Pargo for 3. Missed the rim. Powell. No. Sessions overran it. Lisa Leslie will turn to Jamario Moon in place of Larry Sanders.
Yep. This was a situation Franklin Sessions thought the ball was out on his teammate, but fortunately went out off the Triplets.
Pick and roll fake, drive. And Green sticks it.
Man, this Franklin Sessions fake pass, Euro step, skip pass to Green. Man, he's doing it all.
9-0 run for the killer 3's. Pargo step back for 3. Back in the rim. Was over the cylinder. Wave it off.
I believe that Pargo had to do all over again after that shot fake. Drive the ball against this 3-on-2.
Lisa Leslie is going to challenge the call of basket interference on Moon.
The ball was in the cylinder, without looking at the replay. Killer 3's is creating some separation here.
You got a review? In Boston, timeout, killer 3's largest lead up by 8.
so you're saying the basket is good?
Yeah.
Okay, I like to see it.
Well, they gave it a long look. Back to the moon basket. Was it basket interference? Challenge says no, and they'll count the basket for the Triplets.
Yeah, it looked like from the angle we had that the ball was in the cylinder, but referees got it right. So we're 1 for 1, Ed.
There you go. Killer 3's 35, Triplets 29, section missing. Goes out of bounds.
Yes.
Well, the man of the hour in Boston, Jaylen Brown. Who else to talk to him but Brian Scalabrine?
You said Jaylen Brown's the man of the hour. What about me? I'm supposed to be the man of the hour. How about, I've had a good week. I think you've had a good week.
I've had a great week. Great week.
You have a lot of those.
Do you have a lot? You do, but this last week has been special. It's significant.
What do you think about, well, first of all, I know you grew up watching Joe Johnson play. You're a Joe Johnson fan. What's it like seeing him out here?
No, it's great. It's great seeing one of the players, a lot of the players that I used to grow up watching, being able to have, post-career plans is something that we talk about in the union a lot. So being here, being able to support them is great.
What do you think about the Big 3, just the format? You play a lot of half court?
I don't personally, but I'm learning. I think the league is great. I think Ice Cube is somebody that's been a mentor for me now, and being able to talk to him and learn more about the things he's doing, the representation for our players. I think it's huge. So I look forward to doing more with the Big 3, hearing more about it, and showing my support.
Obviously with big contracts come big expectations. You guys have won a ton throughout. People can say whatever they want. You've been to finals, Eastern Conference Finals, but just from last year to the next year, how do you take that next step as a group?
Obviously, we play to win. We know the expectation here, but I think we've been moving in the right direction. We've been playing winning basketball for a long time now, and that's what it's about. We want to keep building, keep growing, keep learning, and keep representing the city well.
All right, Jaylen Brown, from a guy who's had a tremendous week, congratulations, and I'll see you next year.
Appreciate it, Scott. Thank you.
You got it. Guys?
All right, Scal, awesome to see Jaylen Brown in the building, and no one better to talk to him than our own Brian Scalabrine. Avery, it's funny when you see an all-star, a guy who just signed a contract for $300 million. Spargo with the scoop for the Triplets. You talk about it a lot. NBA basketball, the root of it still is 3-on-3. It's why they have Big 3 in many places. You get a shooter, get a good guard, guy inside. It starts there, builds out. Jaylen Brown, you're watching this tonight in Boston. Oh, worth noting, final round coverage of the 3M Open is coming up next on CBS. It's available now at cbssports.com and the CBS Sports app.
Yeah, I love that interview with Jaylen Brown with Scal. You know, two guys obviously know Boston really well. And one of the things that Scal mentioned that I love, people can underestimate the success of the Boston Celtics. And remember, they went back to the Eastern Conference Finals without their coach that took them to the NBA Finals. So, you know, you had a young coach in Joe Mazzulla. Now they've made some moves with their team. A lot of the leadership is going to fall on Tatum and Brown. But I love that he looks up to a lot of the guys that are playing right here in the Big Three, specifically in this game, ISO Joe Johnson.
Oh, Joe Johnson got a spell with the Celtics last year. His return to the NBA, tripped by Green. Green gets back, knocked loose. He's going to stay with the killer 3's. Their largest lead now by 11.
And the last thing I'll say is, he said he really looks up to Ice Cube.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's here because of his relationship with not only a lot of the players he played against, but with Cube.
Joe strokes it. He's the greatest in league history. And the NBA career beginning in the city. Boston, Mass. Session. Backdoor. Green collects. Flips it. Fade away. Beats the clock. Nitty delivers. He's got 26.
Man, the chemistry between Green and Sessions. And Sessions said, look, I don't want you guys to give Hezzy Carter too much attention because of what he did in game 1. I'm trying to put on a show in game 2 here.
44-33, killer 3's. It's time for the Target special delivery. Let's go back to it.
Yeah, a little give and go here between Sessions and Green flips it back to his teammate who wears the same number I wore during my NBA career with the Spurs, number 6. Maybe he'll get his number 6 retired at some point.
Johnson in and out, doing the rebound. You wear number 6 in this city, in this building. Special.
You know what that means?
Mr. Russell. God bless. Dominic Johnson delays, fires.
Couple of tough misses inside for the Triplets that they normally don't miss, but you're playing against a desperate killer 3's team.
Timeout on the floor. Killer 3's 6 points from victory. Today in Boston, Big 3 action is just getting started. You can watch the rest of today's games on big3.com, completely free of charge on any connected device. Final round coverage of the 3M Open coming up next on CBS, and it's available now at cbssports.com and the CBS Sports app. Great to be with you from Boston. Our crew led by Jason Ross and Alana Campbell today on CBS. Big 3. What a day it's been already. Session with 28 as he got with 35. And this guy scored 30 as well.
Yeah, that's the way to give our team some love, Ed. You beat me to it.
The best. Pargo doubled. Johnson hits for 3. Killer 3's will get it. Point game can win with a 4-point shot.
You know what, Ed? I didn't see this performance coming right now from the Killer 3's over the Triplets. This Triplets team, you know, the This second half is not quite like the second half they had last week.
Killer 3's, Avery, allowing 41 points per game, best in the Big Three. And last week's session really struggled when they sagged off him, was 4 of 16 in the loss against the enemies.
Yeah, talking to Charles Oakley last week, you know, in Miami, he talked about his team making a big push here at the end of the season.
Gets his own rebound. Jump stop. Johnson to the rim, goes to the basket and scores.
Yes, whenever you get beat off the dribble, it's not going to be good results.
It's 48-33. Steal, Carter to Moon, turnover, missed it, but a foul. Gonna bring the fire. Where it's smart is if he makes it, you get it back. But now you don't do that. If you make it, then bring the fire.
Exactly. And looking like Coach Oakley, he's probably lost a couple of pounds in this game. He's been very animated on the court. It seemed like the Killer 3's were playing 4 against 3 because Oakley's been all over the court.
Taco Bell bring the fire. If Moon scores, give him the basket, or if he's fouled, gets 2. And Session looking for a clean stop for the Killer 3's. Jamaria Moon collects, misses, and Nitty with the stop.
That literally could have been an offensive foul.
Yes.
Man, this guy, Franklin Sessions, man, what heart and toughness. Defense without fouling. Positioning. He's not going to back down from anybody.
He had a bad game last week. What a response. Johnson behind the clock. Pulls up for 3. Knocks it down. Ball game. And the Killer 3's rout the Triplets in Boston.
See you next week. Killer 3's.
They closed the game on a 9-hole run.
Yeah, Johnson, who had 9 points last week, finished it up with a game winner this week. After a disappointing loss last week, they came back, and now they're in the top 4 here in the Big Three.
Buckle up, 4 teams,
yes.
4 wins after week 6. Our final score, Killer 3's 51, the Triplets 33. For Avery Johnson, Brian Scalabrine, our entire crew, Hyman Cohen, saying so long from Boston. Up next on CBS, the final round of the 3M Open. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports in association with the Big Three.